Tell others I hit my dog, see what's coming for you. Hi, got a story here. Me and my husband, 28F, 29M, are in a chicken breeding club, which provides an allotment garden-like structure. We joined a year ago and got to know Klaus, an old man who actually lives in one of those said gardens. At first, he was very kind, helped out 1 or 2 times. But after a while, he got very greedy, telling us to help him in his garden, selling stuff for him on eBay, or care for his chickens. Some people said we should keep our distance from him, but we didn't listen. He regularly invited us to drink a beer with him, acted like he knew all of town, is well known and has many connections. But the real thing was yes, he was known, but for all the bad reasons. We talked to him a lot in the first few months, noticed he's highly addicted to alcohol and tries to make a dime out of everyone and everything. You know the saying, blood is thicker than water? Not for him, lol. At first, he helped us out, for example, with giving us some tools for free or giving us money for working over at his place. Also, we kinda felt bad for him. Living your last days in a garden shed. But after a while, he gave us near to nothing for our work. No money, broken tools, so garbage we had to dispose of, not even a thank you. He also started to talk to us in a very demanding tone. Old male Karen-like. Instead of messing with him, we started to simply distance us from him, not doing any more work. His last effort to win us back was to buy 20 weed plants and putting them in his garden and showing us he knew we smoked. But as soon as he demanded we sell his future 5 kilos, we backed off again. As others noticed, we didn't hang out with him anymore. They started to tell us how Klaus truly is. He started to live there as soon as another club member, since dead, lost his home and lived on his farm over there. As for the rules of the club, it's not allowed. If he is allowed to, Klaus had to be too. Klaus lived there for 14 years, not because he got homeless or another stroke of bad luck in life, because he wanted to live as inexpensive as possible. We learned he had loads of debt. No wonder, considering how much he drank. We found out this is the case since he was old enough to drink. He tried to rip everyone off their money since ever. His brother, his best friend, even his wife. Some say if she was still alive, he would sell his own mother. As the weeks went by, we learned more and more about him, that he had done this with nearly everyone who joined the club, not only with us. We saw it too, as a new member, who's also mentally disabled, cut his hedge for him for 16 hours and got $20. And no thank you. Klaus started to dislike the way we stayed out of his way, so his response to that was to talk crap about us, even threatened us to tell others that we smoke, illegal over here. I mean real full-fledged lies. For example, we would owe him $200, we would do parties till late at night at the farm, we would hit our dogs. At that last point, we snapped. We bought a drone, made pictures of his weed plants and got police involved. Get them before they get you, lol. Klaus peacefully sat in the club's community house, drinking beer, 9 o'clock in the morning, as 10 police officers walked in, going directly into his garden. Little Klaus turned his head around like an owl and immediately stood up and walked outside. He asked one cop, "Hi, can I help you?" And they asked for his name. "Oh, Mr. Klaus, we were actually looking for you." Behind the officer talking to him, the other cops raided his farm, not only finding the plants, but discovered themselves he lives there, living room with obviously used bed, food leftovers, a TV. They asked him where he has his address. He told them the address of his long-deceased brother. They sent a car to this address but found no clue he could be living there. By the way, he also got money from the state, social benefits, also meant to cover his rent. The rent on this farm is $30 a year. So huge no. Money fraud is one of the worst things you could do over here. The cops stayed at his farm for the next 4 hours, collecting evidence. The whole farm surroundings were patrolled by some cops, so word spread like a wildfire. Every single farm owner got over there to see what was happening, cheering that this douche finally got what was coming for him, after ripping off so many people. It was amazing. This dude had 14 years to make this farm his little hidey hole, making money out of it. He had split the whole community, gave us a bad name overall, and not even breeding chickens. He just had them to sell the eggs SMH. To his luck, he was clever enough to tell the cops it's only CBD, still illegal, but not as much, so they had to send it in to test it, buying him some time. The club held a meeting. That was a shit show. As soon as this topic started, he said we planted them there, he only gave us the little plot. Most laughed, some said nothing. We voted for his eviction, had to, as of the rules, he got 15 against him, just 3 voted for him to stay. So, our revenge is not over yet. Keep you updated. TL, dear old parasitic money greedy dude got kicked out of his home and may be going to jail soon, for growing marijuana.